colours of white and pink. That's better. Blinking white and pink. I only just noticed that. I didn't notice because of the blinking camera. Anyway, big up. So it's a weird way to start a stream. You won't get that often, so enjoy. But look, we've had a bit of news today from actual reliable sources, being David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano. So we've got a decent amount to cover here. You know, actual top sources talking about stuff for us. Biggest everyone is tuned in at the moment. We got DC3K in here, so big ups to you. But yeah, we got some stuff to cover, so let's hop straight onto that. I'll show you my screen now. There you go. Oh, again, I've just shared you my YouTube analytics for the stream. There you go. Enjoy that sneak peek as well. Big ups to the 7 people we got in here. Man City won Jack Grealish's wages around 300k a week, paid in full by any club taking him on this summer. We are mugs. If it's that, then we can't be expecting a buy option. It's either Everton will be saying, okay, if you want us to cover his wages in full, then we aren't buying him for like more than 20 million, because that's 20 million alone that you'll be saving on him, and then we'd have to spend 20 million again to bring him in. So that's 40 million total. That is that is a tough one. Yeah, I think we're kind of mugs there. James Trafford, the squad. Who we got on the winning team here? Nauri, Diaz, Doku, Bernardo, Rico, Trafford, Torre, Haaland, Nico Gonzalez. It's probably about them. Oh, man. Nico Gonzalez, man. It's so sad to see him, because I just fear for his future. Roma director refused to discuss reported City interest when approached at Birmingham Airport today. Yeah, just keeping it tight, to be fair, I guess. Kovacic there. Now then, Fabrizio Romano, he's not the guy who initially reported this, but here we go. Is that Darwin Núñez? Yeah. He's not the guy that initially reported this. We had some big news today. But Everton have asked Man City for option on a straight loan with no option to buy. So there you go. That's probably to do with the 300k a week. Everton willing to cover part of the salary, but talks are still at early stages. Grealish's camp also approached. More clubs keen on calling and to be informed. I mean, yeah, it doesn't surprise me clubs are interested in this guy. He is a solid player who's done pretty good things, especially at Villa. It just hasn't quite translated as well to Man City, mainly because of the role he had to play. He was a lot more free at Villa, whilst at City you are very much a bit more constricted, to be fair. Watford and Man City agree a season-long deal. Oh, there you go. Oh man, we got a lot of news here. Watford and Man City agree a season-long loan for Max Alina. As far as we're aware here, no buy option for him. It doesn't surprise me. We don't typically tend to, unless it's a loan deal that we see the guy eventually leaving permanently on. Oh my god. So, yeah, no surprise there. He's going to sign a new deal, so, again, not really surprised. So, new deal for him incoming, which is pretty good. Kovacic has received proposals from Saudi as of late, but his focus is on Man City, and the squad and the Man City's management and staff, and are also keen on keeping Kovacic as a part of the squad. I do feel bad for Kovacic because he's not really been able to do anything with. I heard Vital Hayes miss training, says Snap. Pretty bad when he's close to completing a move. Sorry. Oh. Ain't no way. Pretty bad when he's close to completing a move. Connect. What's the fit of the day? Blue jacket, Man City top, jeans, and shoes. No, it makes a lot of sense actually, Snap, when you think about it, because if he's joining a new club, if he trains for his current club, then training for his current club could actually put him at risk of completing injury. He could also be doing a medical right now, which is why he missed training, or he could be flying over to the area. And let's continue going through here, though. Dewsbury Hall officially joining Everton. We'll go back over to here. Jack McAtee was also unused against Preston, by the way, if you are interested. Not really surprised that he's also looking for a way out, I imagine. Grealish also looking likely to miss the Palermo friendly. 29-year-old is thought to be at the CFA on Saturday as Pep fielded two different lineups in a 1-0 win, but Grealish wasn't used in either. Kova, yeah, we just touched on that, didn't we? And this report also suggests that he's a part of the squad next season. That's the Max Arena. Okay. Not expected to take all the players, but treating it like a UCL away fixture. Okay, cool. Kova, yeah, we just saw that. There's belief that a number of clubs are interested in Grealish, but are yet to come forward, such as those with knowledge of the situation believe a move away from Man City may not materialise until late in the window. It could very well be a deadline day situation because there's a lot of details to iron out. I heard Ted Lasso is going to coach this season. Any ideas what's going through their minds? I would love to see where you've pulled that rumour, AMP 2001. Yeah, I would love to see where you've pulled that rumour, because Ted Lasso, as you probably know, is a fictional character. Unnecessary chatting, please, Snap. What's this? Just a blank comment. DZ3K, did you time out Snap? There was no reason for that. There is a sense that if a deal can be reached between Everton and City, it is highly likely to be later in the window. Vital Hayes is expected to be the last loan move between Man City and Roma this summer, thank the Lords, with the Catalan team's desire to also sign Claudio Echeverri. However, the player's preferences to join Roma, despite the feeling he'll join a CFG group. I really hope he joins Roma. I want him playing at the highest level of football as well as also getting starts. This was the initial report of Jack Grealish's loan move to Everton. I hate the loan move idea, but I spoke about this not long ago. It's now just best to get him gone, at least for the season, and then worry about him next season, see what we can get, see what we can do. Because, he's just going to be rotting on our bench otherwise and taking a spot that someone else could have. Honestly, he said there's no guarantees. We already knew that, though. Talks are at early stages. It's going to take something that probably takes a while. That much has been made clear. But yeah, Ornstein was the initial bomb dropper of this news, to be fair. Loads of quotes from KDB there. There is Vital Hayes on the way to Girona. I hope he smashes it. I really hope he does, because he's a top player by the looks of it. We wouldn't have spent all the money that we have on him. I hope he smashes it. I hope he comes back and is a lot more ready, a lot more mature, and can really play for us, because we spent 35 million on him, and I don't want that to just be nothing. Fabrizio Romano confirmed Julian Alvarez's exit 1 year ago today. Man, that was a shame. Julian was such a good player for us. And this is very much yesterday's open training session. Is looking at it's both squads. He's got academy players there too. I can see that it's got the women's squad. I assume that's a women's squad. I think it is. Blinking heck, that's a big squad photo. Fair enough. Big up everyone tuning in, by the way. Make sure to hit the likes. Very much caught up here in terms of Man City news, so we'll have a quick look at other rumours. I did see a post by David Dornstein, a newer one. Bid rejected for Omari Hutchinson. Apparently Brentford are also interested. Of course, Forest are looking to replace Elanga, and Brentford are looking to replace Mbeumo. He's a solid player that they signed for a lot of money off Chelsea. I think it was like 20 million. So you can understand why other teams are going for him. And he didn't do too bad last season as well, to my knowledge. Why does Grealish feel he isn't getting regular games? Because, to be honest, he isn't, Snap. Is the honest answer. I'll search up Jack Grealish's numbers for last season. It's not the numbers of someone worth that we spent £100 million on. View full stats. 24-25. Last season, he only got about less than 20 games in terms of total game time. 90 minutes every match, 1,521. So if we do 1,521 divided by 90, he only got 16.9 full matches. And for a player of his quality, he deserves more than that, to be fair. He's better than that. Sometimes he did get injury, to be fair. Like, there's an injury there, but you can just see how many times he was on the bench. And even more than that, you can just see, like, how little minutes he got in games that he did play. 1 minute there, 3 minutes, 16 minutes, full 90 there, but then 1 there. 27, 6, 4, 13, 11, 16, 17, 12, 19. So many games where he was just getting under 20 minutes, and some games he wasn't even part of the squad. He's been on a decline of sorts for a bit of time now, so it makes sense why he'd want to move on. To get more game time, because the World Cup's coming up, and he won't want to miss that, because it's probably going to be the last one where he's still like at good age, because he'll be 33 for the next one, and probably just won't be. He probably won't be anywhere near his best at that point if he isn't now. But back over to Twitter, Man United are apparently looking to get Baleba. But my thing is, number one, I don't know how United are doing it. I hear at the beginning of each summer that they are broken. Signings are going to be really difficult to make. I see them spending about 90 million on this guy, 130 million combined on Mbeumo and Cunha. Suddenly that's 220 million. But Labour's going to cost you at least 80 to 100. So they're looking to spend over 300 million potentially, depending on how they do this. because they're looking to get it after Sesko. Yeah, but I'm just shocked that they're even going for it. Miller playing for Vancouver Whitecaps now. Jashari. Man, I know Alf's not happy about that. He's absolutely livid. United and Leipzig in direct talks to adjust fee and package of add-ons. Man, I'll be surprised if Harvey Elliott doesn't take this. I think he played one game last season for Liverpool. It was not much. I think Harvey Elliott's a decent player. I don't think he's like a player that will set the world on fire, but I think he's better than the minutes he got last season, because the minutes he got last season were so bad. Like, he genuinely hardly played. Like, I think he may have played less than Chiesa. In terms of the Champions League, he got one start, which was against PSV in their final game of the group stage, where it didn't matter anymore. To be fair, he had a broken foot for a good chunk of the season, but then even after that, in the Premier League, he had 2 starts out of 38 games and was on the bench for 16 of them. And if we thought Grealish didn't get a lot of minutes, he got even less, with only 822. So, I think he deserves a bit more than that. Yeah, Nunez on the way to Al Hilal. Which hasn't quite worked out at Liverpool, has it? Cucurella set to stay at Chelsea longer, it seems. This really seems to be the bulk of the main news. Ndidi to Besiktas. More on Hayes to Girona there. Thinking Villa getting a new striker. Tyler Morton joining Lyon. Joining Lyon from Liverpool. Yeah, I'm really through the bulk of it here. There's not much of a big stuff there. There's a lot of stuff on this. The Botafogo keeper looking to be signing for West Ham. I wonder if he'll be back at Ariola. Maybe challenge, potentially. It'd be interesting to see. Definitely a Fabianski replacement there. Yes, this is City! Currently looking through just general transfer news now, as I've covered the bulk of it for Man City. But West Ham look like they're getting this keeper. Apparently he did pretty good in the Club World Cup, so you can understand the signing. If you want to retouch up on any news, by the way, I'll gladly do that. So I don't mind. Yeah, but Grealish. What do you think of this? Because I think this is unlikely. Full wages. Rejecting Kovacic proposal is absolutely stupid. It is a curious one, isn't it? Because he doesn't want to leave, but we don't want him to leave either. So, it's all feelings mutual, but it's the fact of whether he should leave or not. We can't keep all 3 unks, and he is an unk one way or the other. Even if he's been at the club for a while, he is an unk. No, not as long as the other 2. We should be looking to move him on, really. he's a solid player, Kova. But Pep goes on about how he wants a shorter squad, and yet he doesn't really seem to be willing to let many go. I do rate Kova. I think he does bring something to us, but I think Rangers is kind of like the perfect. He's a bit like in a weird way, he's a little bit like Gundo Kova, okay, but worse. Not in terms of Gundo now, in terms of like Gundo back in the day. He's a little bit like Gundo now, or back in the day, except he's a worse version of it, and I think Rangers is a better version of Kova and is a bit closer to Gundo. Blocks Rico and Nico Riley minutes in midfield. It annoys me. Yes, Glimpse, how you doing? Finally, someone offers us and gets rejected. Yeah, it just seems like we're being firm on him not leaving. I just think it's such a weird stance that we're having. I really, really do. Enjoyed the show. It was mint. Yeah, I'm excited for it to go live. That'll be good. Should be good. But yes, Glimpse, how you doing, bro? Let me know what you're thinking to Chelsea transfer business. It looks like you're signing Xavi Simons and who was the other one? It was Xavi Simons and someone else. I could have sworn. Garnacho. Garnacho talks have quietened down a bit, but still. I did think that was McAtee for a moment, I won't lie. Are just coaching staff or backroom staff? Must be. Definitely not players. He's a good player, but he has good moments like this. I think this is his best strength, just driving with the ball, and then sometimes he will just get a goal like that. Doesn't happen all the time, but he does just have a good run in it. Trying to find another good one there. That was a nice goal, even if it did take a deflection. Is this someone who scored 2 in? Must be. Anyway, got a little sidetrack there. Goes live Monday 3 PM. Of course, you have to be in chat or anything, just in case you're wondering. That's the 72 hours until we're back. Crazy to think about, isn't it? You can expect a preview on the 8th of August, by the way. There'll of course be that. And that'll be before the Blue Friday show. And then on 9th of August, of course, a watch along. What time's that game going on again? I forgot. I think it is 8, but it's going to jog my memory. Yeah, 8. Thought so. Anything big just going on here? Meanwhile, in the Australian League. Would have been fun if he left it. Or you could argue it was kind of. Such a nice top, isn't it? It's such a good top. One of MCFC lads has posted anything worthwhile. I know he does post something. Senior figures. $200 million for both sides. I mean, it's got to end now. It's just genuinely got to end. Frank Lampard on a 1-year deal. What a strange deal. Feels so weird. Yeah, so of course you have to be in chat. No club will pay Grealish's wages. I mean, yeah, we've done that to ourselves. 300k a week, 1.2 million a month. 1.2 million times 9. No, it's 12 million a year, isn't it? No, it's that year. So 14 million. It's just wild. It's just actually wild. Compared to I don't know. Let me think of an Everton player very quickly. He's not even there anymore. Let's go Beto. Why not? Beto weekly wage 50,000. That's 200k a month, which means 200,000 times 12. He's earning 2.4 million. It's just nuts. It's genuinely nuts. Like the gulf in money that they're expected to take on. We can't. We're expecting it in full, which is the crazy part for me. We're not expecting half of it to be paid off, and we pay the other half. We want the full wage being covered. City probably see that as like that's a part of their transfer fee because that's like 14 million they're saving, which is bonkers. But 14 million. He's one of the highest earners in the club. Grealish, 300k a week is mental. So yeah, I'm not really shocked that clubs haven't been going in for him. If he had a reasonable wage, like more like 100k a week, maybe 150. Okay, of course he was a big player joining the club. So we put so much like marketing into that, and that we really did think he was going to be huge. And to be fair, he was a very marketable player. So you can't really blame us to an extent. But 300k was still crazy to just put down someone on the fly. De Bruyne, and that's near De Bruyne numbers, not quite, but still, I believe that's more than Rodri. Let me just double check that. I know he's going to get more after his contract. 200k a week, and 220k a week. I'm taking another 4 streams after the one with you today. Blinking Eck, well, you've worked hard. Fair play, this is City, bro. He's still one of the most well-known household names. He's got one of the biggest cheers from yesterday. From the family in Taurus. It's mad. Yeah, and that's the thing. He's a very popular player. He's very marketable. I've no doubt shirt sales were brilliant for him and whatnot in every respect. Everyone loves him. Okay. But, that what you've said there is nuts. 300k for Grealish and 6 years for Calvin Phillips is just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers in my eyes. I can't even look past it. It's that crazy in my eyes. But look, big ups to everyone who tuned in. This is City. Thank you for tuning in. You tuned in a little bit later on, but that's fine. Any point in the stream is fine. Big ups to Glimpse, Snap, Ampy. Ampy is a new one. And DC3K as well. Big ups to you all. I appreciate the support as per usual. We should be back tomorrow. It will be Thursday, yeah. Definitely back in some way. And so I'll definitely see you all there. City return on Saturday, Blues. So be there for that. That's going to be so good. Big ups to you all. I'll see you all in the next one.